everyone, and welcome back. Today, for the debate, we're going to try something new. We're going to see if we can be good lawyers, and we're both going to argue for and against what's up for debate. So, let's start with for. Akshay, why should you share your goals with other people?
I think you should share your goals with other people because they will be willing to help you on your journey. And sometimes it adds accountability. And sometimes when you're not able to find a reason within yourself, like intrinsically, not because you didn't have intrinsic motivation at all, but rather it's more from you're really tired and you're not able to find it at that point. Sometimes you'll be able to use that. Okay, if the other person is willing to help me, I can definitely do this.
Mhm.
And like an earlier example I used in like this week's videos, I want to use the same example again. My friend was one who like really wanted to run, but then I started running with him for that. I just did because I wanted to like spend more time with him. It was like my final year of college, so I figured this is the time to deepen your friendships.
Right.
Um, but then because I was running with him, he was like, okay, like this guy doesn't even want to run. Like it's not even like one of his like main goals. But if he's running with me, then okay, I gotta like definitely do this. And this sort of story would have never come if he never told me that he wanted to run. And so sometimes like telling another person might just be the reason why you would be able to achieve that goal.
Absolutely. I agree with that in the sense that telling other people can invite um, advice, collaboration, resources into your life. I think the validation initially that comes from telling someone that you're working on something, maybe even if you don't share the exact goal, just letting people know that, hey, this is important to me and I really want to work on it. I think it can invite good social validation where if you have a group of people around you that look after you or care about you as a person, they're going to validate it and they're going to say, hey, that's good for you, oh, let me know, keep me posted on that. But I think in that sense the context is important, because if you're trying to share your goals with people who you don't have a good rapport with, or maybe you're competing against, then it's not always the best thing and you might not get that same reaction. Or if you share it with people who are have the tendencies to be negative or to critique things or find flaws in things, then that might not get you that same response. But now turning court to the other side, what do you have to say about not sharing your goals with other people?
Here's the thing. You absolutely shouldn't be like sharing these things because you know how like within like your goals, like that's one of the few things that you can actually keep it under your control. Yes, people can give you advices and being like once you share these things, then you have to also tell them, hey, like I'm not saying your advice is garbage. I just don't think I'm going to take that advice. And it can actually be good advice that work for other people, but might not work for you. And do you know for sure that they would be understanding, or they might actually take offense to that.
Right.
Another thing is, let's say like it's not going great at the moment, not because of anything that's happening with this current goal, but like other things happening in your life. So you have to like put like a small pause to this. But then because you've told people this, they ask you questions, and then that adds pressure to you. And like they're just being curious. Like you're the one who shared it. They did nothing wrong. So like at that stage, you're feeling bad. You can't antagonize them because they did nothing wrong. Can't antagonize yourself because we just talked about why it can actually be a good thing. Um, so yeah, maybe sometimes you shouldn't like share your goal with like another person.
Yeah, I totally see that side as well. In my experience, when I was, like a freshman in college or even before that, sometimes when I shared one of my more ambitious goals with people and then they would validate it and then they would say, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I think a lot of my goals were based in connecting with other people or finding some kind of community. And so when I shared that with people and I got some kind of connection with them in that way, one of my primary motivations to do that goal in the first place was already met. And so then my motivation to keep working towards that goal would go away. And then I've read some studies that have reflected that. I can try to find some and put it in our description box if people are interested. But it's very interesting to see, depending on who you're sharing that goal with and what your purpose in sharing that goal is, how it can affect your performance. So if you're looking to connect with someone and you just want the validation, I think it's also okay to maybe leave a little bit of surprise and say, I'm working on something big, I'm excited for something, or I'm putting in a lot of work. So maybe you don't get that exact or that perfect validation, and you don't really open yourself up to criticism. And you can also make sure you're sharing in the right spaces. So if you are having trouble working out, and if you share it with someone else who's also having trouble working out, then there's like a direct purpose attached, that you're trying to connect with them, or maybe you both can do it together. So in that sense, I do see the merit of not sharing your goals all the time. So my main takeaway would be, consider the goal of sharing your goals with other people and make sure you're picking the right people to do it.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and like I did want to emphasize here like the right people thing, and it's because it's not just that like what she has said and what I've said. There's also the fact that like sometimes you could change your goals, and or sometimes you may not reach your goals, and that's just a human thing. And like, would you be able to share that with them as well? I think that can be a good factor with whether you want to tell them these things. If you can do that, then you can share the goal too.
Absolutely. And I think failure is hard to avoid in life, especially if you're aiming for anything, if you're trying to do anything. So almost, even when you're, setting that goal or sharing that goal, visualizing not meeting it and knowing that you'd be okay even if you didn't meet it, or how you'd recover if you didn't meet it, can also help you, be more successful and normalize that. So yeah, let's keep talking about this, and we will see you all tomorrow.
See you then.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!